What's up, everyone? Welcome into DodgerHeads, presented by DodgerBlue.com, your home for the 2020 World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers. My name is Jeff Spiegel, and what a freaking game last night. Dodgers win 5-3 in 16 innings against the Padres. I love people on Twitter last night saying that game was fun. I had no fun, but I did want to break down what I saw and share some thoughts. And the first one is going to surprise you, okay? The first thing I need to say, I got to give credit to Dave Roberts. I have to give credit. The Padres ran out of position players, I believe, in the 10th inning. Dave Roberts had a position player all the way through. The Padres were absolutely destroyed by the fact that multiple times the Dodgers intentionally walked batters to get to a pitcher. Never had to happen to the Dodgers. Now, that's something I've been critical of Roberts for, is burning his bench. He didn't do that. So to go 16 innings and never have to have a pitcher hit in a big spot, credit to Roberts, and credit to Roberts in those two spots where he double intentionally walked players. I believe Bickford was on the mound and Gratterall was on the mound. You trust your guy to be able to get pitchers out. Both of those guys did their job. So I got to give Roberts credit. I thought he managed the bullpen well. I thought Gratterall, getting 2 innings out of Gratterall was a good move. He didn't really burn anybody else, even though he used his whole bullpen. Obviously, a little fortune when you get to Green at the end and you're just crossing your fingers and hoping for the best. But shout out to Dave Roberts first and foremost. Secondly, the bullpen. The bullpen statistics from last night are absolutely insane. Walker Buehler goes 6 2/3. He allows 3 hits, no earned runs, just the 1 run that was unearned, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. Okay, when Walker Buehler leaves, they allow just 1 hit in the next 9 1/3 innings. 1 hit in the last 9 1/3 innings. If you include the last inning of Buehler, Buehler gave up a hit in the 5th. So the last basically inning and 2/3, maybe even 2 innings that he pitched, no hits. And here's the craziest thing. The hit that Knebel gave up was the Tatis home run, which I think you could argue Chris Taylor should have caught. I think you could argue that there's a world in which that's classified as an error. Now, that's a really tough play, so error seems like a stretch, but that's a play you expect Chris Taylor to make. He didn't. That's the only hit the Dodger bullpen gave up. Joe Kelly gets you 1 out. Treinen 3 outs, perfect inning. Jansen 3 outs, perfect inning. Vesia 3 outs, does issue the walk, but no hits. Bickford in 2 intentional walks, no hits. Brule 1 walk, no hits. Gratterall 3 walks, no hits in 2 innings. Knebel gives up just the 1 hit, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and Shane Green perfect with 2 strikeouts. Now, if you look at intentional walks, Eric Steven was all over this. The Dodgers set the record for most intentional walks by a team. They had 8, all of those from the bullpen. So that means the bullpen, I believe, walked nobody except intentionally, because 8 intentional walks plus Walker Buehler's 1. So amazing stuff from the Dodger bullpen there. Got to give credit to them there. The last thing I want to shout out is the Dodger offense, because as much as everything was great, it was an absolutely pitiful performance from the Dodger offense. You look down, all these guys getting 6 at-bats. Trey Turner, 1 for 6. Matt Muncy, 0 for 7. Turner, 2 for 6. Pollock, 1 for 7. Big one, though. Give him credit. Seager, 0 for 6. Taylor, 1 for 6. Smith, 2 for 6. Bellinger, 2 for 7. And then you got all the pinch hitters who were 0 for, except for the hero, Billy McKinney. So as much as this game is one we'll remember, as much as this is a game where everybody was on Twitter till 1 a.m. talking about it, I just want to remind people this game was stupid. This game was miserable to watch. To see teams not be able to get a guy in from second base inning after inning after inning after inning was absolutely pitiful. Yes, there was some gamesmanship, but I'm not the guy that says, this is why I love baseball. Those tweets made no sense to me. But I'll say this, shout out to AJ Pollock. There were lots of times in like the 13th inning where I'm looking at guys swinging and saying, I don't know if they have the strength this late in the night after this long of a game, grind of a season. And Pollock absolutely obliterates that ball, 2-run home run to give them the lead. Billy McKinney obviously had a big hit before that to put them in the lead for the first time. Trey Turner as well. He had an RBI single. Of course, the Dodgers end up surrendering that on the Chris Taylor miss. But at the end of the day, the Dodgers win their 15th out of their last 17. They keep pace with the Giants, who continue to be unable to lose. It feels like they win the second one against the Padres. And tonight, we have a great one. Yu Darvish versus Max Scherzer. Dodgers have a chance for a sweep. Daniel and I will be going live post-game for that. But I just needed to hop on and say, one, credit to Dave Roberts. Handled his bench well, handled his bullpen well, and in a 16-inning game, he deserves credit for that. Second of all, miraculous performance from the bullpen. I know people have been critical of the bullpen. I know the Padres are struggling, but they were brilliant. They were brilliant. And to see different guys, I mean, Vesia comes in the 10th. I trust him. Bickford in the 11th. I trust him. Brule, not so much. Gratterall, maybe not, but I trusted Knebel. So the number of guys that they could throw out there that I trust is good. And then lastly, the offense needs to pick it up. I know they win. I know they score 5 runs, but man, to have 10 hits in 16 innings is not acceptable. I expect a big offensive explosion, even against you, Darvish, tonight. So what did you think? Is this a memorable game in a good way, a memorable game in a bad way? Let us know your thoughts below. Again, Daniel and I will be live on the Dodger Blue 1958 YouTube show tonight, so make sure to join us. 6:10 start, so an hour earlier than normal. My name is Jeff Spiegel. Check out Dodger Blue 1958 for all the latest, and we will see you tonight.
The best team holding a trophy high in the air. The Los Angeles Dodgers, champions of the baseball world.